So today we are going to the golf course to review a very special product used by Rory Mcilroy, almost every single PGA Tour player, including Collin Morikaway, won Best Training Aid of the Year 2 years in a row. Today we are doing a full review of the PlaneMate. Now if you don't know what the PlaneMate is, I'm about to walk you through it and show you exactly how to use it, how I benefit from it, how it can help you in every aspect of your golf swing and play better golf. So first of all, the PlaneMate, what is it? Well, it's a training aid designed to help you shallow the golf club, but also a bunch of other different things in the golf swing. It basically helps you build a tour player level golf swing with all of the fundamentals built in. It gets you in all the perfect positions if you are using it correctly. It comes with 3 different bands. This is the full strength max resistant band, which is quite difficult, and I do use most of the time when I'm on the range, especially if I'm just doing a short session. Then it comes with a slightly easier resistance band, and then it comes with a short band, and this is mostly for chipping and pitching. So this is actually what we are going to start off with. By the way guys, on the Tour Striker Golf website there is a 7-day protocol. If you do have this product or you're thinking about using this product, I highly recommend checking out those videos because it takes you step by step from foundation through to intermediate through to the finish in 7 days, doing a bunch of different drills using this product. It is absolutely awesome. So first of all, we are going to use the smaller resistance band. This attaches to the club. So this attaches to the little clip on here, just like so, and then this attaches to the device of on the belt, this plastic here, which is going to go on your right hip. So I'm going to clip this on here, easy, just clips on, and now I'm going to put the belt on. Pretty simple, just goes around. It is ambidextrous, you can use this for right hand, left hand, so you don't need different, if you're a coach or you want to share this product with a family member or someone else who's a different hand, that is quite useful. You can use it for right-handed or left-handed golfer. So here I've got the product set up, I've got the resistance band, I've got the PlaneMate, this ring against my right hip here. All we need now is my golf club. So we are going to clip this onto the shaft of my club. Now this is the shorter band, so it goes higher up on the shaft. The longer bands go a little bit lower down, and then we just twist this. We set it up so that it's at a right angle to the club face. So here you can see my club face there, and this is at a right angle perpendicular to the club face. So let's get set up and hit some shots. I want to talk you through some of the drills that I've been kind of using this for and how to start using it on the range, on the course. And one of the first drills they talk you through, by the way, this product was invented by 2 people really, Martin Chuck of Tour Striker Golf, who's invented a bunch of different training aids and been coaching golf for like 40 years, and David Woods, who is the head coach at the Vintage Club. He's regularly among some of the best players in the world, Jason Day, Matt Kuchar. He is, is around these guys a lot. He coaches Mike Weir, who won the Masters. So these are 2 top level coaches. So first of all, we've got the band set up here. Now the first drill they get you to do with this band is actually quite simple. You're going to set up. I'll show you from this angle first on. You're going to set up. Now there should be a little bit of resistance when you're setting up to the ball. It's you can't really rest the club on the ground, and you're going to set up normally, and then you're going to come through to a finished position where everything is connected here. Your hips and shoulders are turned and rotated through. So let me show you again what that looks like. Here you're just going to set up normally, and you're going to turn through, keeping connection with the rest of your body to this position here. Now let's dive in and let's start actually using this product. The kind of premise of this product is really divided into 3 different phases to help you get an overall really good swing feel. As you take the club back, you're going to keep tension on the band. So if I set up here, as I take the club back, I'm going to be keeping tension on the band here, keeping width, keeping a one-piece takeaway here, turning my hips and my shoulders. You'll notice if I take the club away just with my hands, the band is actually pretty slack. So as you take the club away, you're going to just be turning the hips and shoulders, getting a feel like you're resisting against the band. And then as you start to swing down, you're going to resist, and then you're going to let it relax, and that's where the shallowing part is going to come in. The band's going to relax, shallow out the golf club, and the last step is for you to rotate through to a beautiful, balanced, well-connected finish. So you're resisting the band, relaxing the band, and then rotating through. The reason this product is so good, and the reason I absolutely love it, is because it's getting you to do very simple feels. It's giving you a series of resistance and then relaxing in a really good feel, but that feel is actually getting your body, your golf swing, to do a bunch of different things, which it would be very difficult to make do if you didn't have this on. You know, you'd have to be thinking about a lot of different parts of your body moving. So it can really make a big difference overall very, very quickly. So let's hit a few shots. Now, I'm not the best chipper and pitcher of the golf ball in the world, but this product has actually helped me a lot. That was a pretty good shot, actually. I mean, that came out perfectly clean. It's a little bit right, but it came out clean, good strike, shallow. So let's hit another shot and see if we can get another good strike here. So I'm going to be resisting the band on the way back, relaxing, letting it shallow, and then rotating through all together in one motion. Now that wasn't actually as good a strike, but it was still, went the right distance, came out a touch right, and was still actually a good bad one. It was not 100% clean like the first one was, but actually with this product, because it's getting me in the right places and I'm turning through all together as one motion, keeping the club very connected to my body, using the shoulders and the hips as the kind of engine for this little chip and pitch, it actually came out really, really well. And the biggest difference in golf, the best players, their bad shots aren't that bad. Whereas for most of us, our bad shots can be pretty bad at times. So here we are going to hit a little 50-yard shot. So it's the same premise, nothing's really going to change here, just a slightly longer swing, but you want to be doing all the same things. That's another great thing about this product, is that no matter if you're chipping, pitching, hitting iron, driver, wedge, it's the same feel every time, it's the same movement, so it really is ingraining a feel for every single part of your game and improving every single part of your game. And I'm going to get the same feel. I'm going to do a few rehearsals, get the feel of resisting and then relaxing and then rotating. And that was a really, really nice strike. My bad shots, chipping and pitching, I tend to get too steep on it, tend to chunk them a lot, or occasionally even throw the hands at it and thin it, and this has completely taken that out for me, because all I'm doing is relaxing that band, shallowing the golf club, and then rotating my body through, completely connected. So now we're going to start hitting some 70-yard shots, and because it's a slightly longer swing, I'm going to change the bands. So all I'm going to do is unclip the short band that I had on before, clip on the longer band. I'm going to start with the light resistance band. If you do buy this product, you are using it or you have one, always start out, whether it's when you're warming up, training, anything like that, when you start using it, start off with the lighter resistance band. The heavy resistance band is really almost designed almost as a fitness aspect. It is almost designed to be a workout, and if you have used this before, even for 10 minutes with that high resistance band, it is definitely a workout. So I'm going to clip this on here. I've still got it on my club, but we're going to move this down the club shaft. We still keep it at a right angle, but we're going to move it down the shaft. So I'm going to adjust this slightly, loosen it off. I'm going to put it on one of the lower little smaller rings on it that it's got. It's got two sides of kind of rings on it, and I'm going to put it probably 2/3 of the way down the shaft, still keeping it at that right angle you can see here. Now, as soon as you start using this, if you have been using the smaller band, you're going to notice a lot more resistance. It is going to be slightly different, but because it's lower on the shaft, it's actually going to be having more of a shallowing effect as well, because it's pulling the more towards the club head further down when you get to the top, and it's going to be harder to resist it from the top of the swing. So let's try and hit a few here. So I'm set up here, everything, just make sure everything's in place. The band should be to the right side of my hands, and as I start to take the club away, again feeling that feeling of resisting the club to the top of the swing here, really resisting it, trying to keep more width in the swing, and then as I relax, shallowing the club, starting to come down here, and then rotating through to the finish. When you are rotating through to the finish, you never want the band to be on the left side of your hand. So if you have a problem with flipping your hands, really releasing too much with your hands and arms in the golf swing, this is a great product for you, because as you turn through, if you do flip your hands underneath, you're either going to hit your hands on the band like this, or they're going to go underneath and they're going to end up on the wrong side. You should be rotating through, keeping your hands to my left, your right of the band, and from this position here, I want the shaft to be pointing down at the ground as I've turned through, so it helps the handle of the club and the overall club move left and turn through as one unit. So if you have any problems hitting hooks, big high draws, just poor strikes, you know, perfect for that. It takes the hands out of it. You're going to be turning the body through together. Really great for improving your wedge game. So let's hit a few shots here. Yeah, that will do. That ball nearly went in the hole. So let's try one more and then let's head over to the range. So on the range here, and I have my two long bands. I'm going to start off with the slightly easier resistance band with the green, and then I'm going to go into the red as well and go into some of the longer clubs with the red. I'm going to start out with a 7-iron, just attach it again about 2/3 of the way down the shaft. And it is important to note when you are using this, it's not a full swing you're going to be doing, it's not full speed, and it's going to be more of a 3/4 controlled smooth swing. It's, you know, we're really focusing on a motion here, trying to rehearse that motion. We're not so focused on exactly where the ball is going or trying to hit the best golf shot possible. And that goes for pretty much any training aid as well. When using a training aid, or just when going to the range in general, you're really not often trying to hit the ball exactly at the target. You're more trying to work on a movement if you're rehearsing your swing, whatever you've been working on with your golf coach. And you know, that should be the main focus, and then maybe at the end of that range session or when you go out onto the course, being more target focused as well. So let's set up here. Now I'm going to use this in a similar way to when we're on kind of the pitching area. I'm going to be doing a few rehearsals in between shots, getting that feeling of resisting, relaxing and rotating, keeping everything together. And those three things are doing a lot for me in my golf swing. They're keeping more width, they're keeping more connection with the arms to the body. They're using the body, the hips and the shoulders as the engine for the swing. They're taking the hands really more out of the golf swing and really focusing on rotating and pivoting around one central axis. So let's try a few out. So I just got a 7 iron here, but you're going to notice I'm not going to be going past kind of that point really in this swing. I'm going to be doing a few rehearsals, getting the same sort of feeling like we were before set up here, and you should feel a bit of resistance. You'll notice if I let the band relax, it's nowhere near the golf club. You should be getting a good feeling of resistance when you do put the club down to the ball. It shouldn't be that easy. Yeah, came out pretty nicely. Just a little bit high and right, but good strike, good clean contact overall. Let's try one more. A few of the things I'm working on in my swing, with which this the PlaneMate really helps me with, is creating more width in the backswing, more width in the takeaway, like we kind of have talked about a lot on my channel. And then at the top, feeling more width as well, keeping the arms more in front of me. This band really helps for that, because if I get to the top and I just relax, if I relax there, you can see from this point I'm quite narrow. In order to keep the resistance on this band, I have to really be pushing it away, and then I can relax it to shallow it as I come down into impact and rotating through to the finish. So let's try and get that same feeling. So I was pretty happy with that iron swing there, kept really nice connection on the way back, really nice top position. Then from the top I let the club shallow and drop, rotated through, ball set out on the perfect line that I was looking for. So now we're going to move into the higher resistance band, and we're going to do it with slightly longer club, and we're going to do it with the driver. Now it is important to note that when you are using this high resistance band, it is not easy. It is a bit of a workout, and 10-15 minutes on here and you will find you will be starting to fatigue a bit. And when you take this band off, it is hard to describe the feeling you will get. It is like your golf swing has been grooved into some just absolutely perfect swing, some tight, well put together golf swing. It's really hard to describe. You got to try it for yourself. I am still keeping this perpendicular to the club face, to the back. That's exactly where we want it, no matter what band, no matter what shot we're hitting. And we're going to be using it in exactly the same way. So we're going to tee up a ball here. We're going to do a few rehearsals, exactly the same feeling like we've been doing with any of the other clubs, any of the other shots. We're going to be taking the club away, keeping width, resisting it at the top, letting it drop, letting it shallow, and then we're going to be rotating through everything together to a beautiful balanced finish. So let's try one. That one looked pretty good, set out on my perfect start line, little nice high fade, everything rotated through together. Let's try one more, and then let's get this out onto the course, and I want to show you how I use it on the golf course, because it is a very unique training aid in that you could use this on the course when you're practicing. I would highly recommend, if you are using it on the course, not scoring with it. But let's do one more driver, and then let's take it out onto the golf course and hit a few different shots with it. So now we're on the golf course and we're just next to the green, and I actually do like using this training aid on the golf course, and there's a few good reasons for it. First of all, because it's a belt and it's quite comfortable, you can kind of just leave it on you, and I just put the little clip into my pocket like so, so I don't actually have to hit every single shot with it. But if I do want to hit a shot that maybe I'm working on, maybe it's a shot I don't feel comfortable with, or maybe I've made a few bad swings in a row and I just want to groove in that motion that I'm working on, I can literally just take it out, put it on any club, in this case a little green side pitch we're going to hit. And we're back to using, I would always use the lighter resistance band when I'm doing this on the golf course, never really the heavy resistance band, the red band, just because if we're on the golf course, we're trying to hit a certain shot, we can still use this to get a good feel, but I don't really want the intensity of having to really fight against the band too much. So I'm again just going to put this 2/3 of the way down the shaft here, and you know, just flick it on, flick it off, easy as ever. And let's see if we can get this one close. So really nice strike there. As you can see, that ball has just run out probably 3 feet just past the pin, but really nice strike. I've not taken any divot. You can't see where I've even hit the ball from here. It just comes through so nice, so crisp, and the shorter shots are really the main ones I would want to be using this for on the golf course, but not the only ones, as I'm going to tell you. So let's get on to the next hole. So here we are on the next hole. I'm going to hit a 4-iron here, and I'm going to use the band to do this. And that's because for me, longer irons are probably one of my worst clubs to hit. I do struggle with them. I tend to get a bit steep, and yeah, I want to really shallow this out, really create a nice feel, create a good motion, and create a good swing. Now, when you are using this on the golf course, I would not recommend scoring at all. It would just be for practice. You know, when you're out on the golf course playing and scoring, that is a very different thing to when you're working on your swing or practicing. When you're scoring, you're very target orientated. You're not really working on a movement. When we're practicing, we're working on the fundamentals of the golf swing. We're working on a movement to create function to then get a result that's ultimately going to help us hit better golf shots when we want to. But I would recommend using and practicing, well, not just do this, but actually working on your swing on the golf course. And there's a few good reasons for that. First of all, whenever you make a bad swing, it's going to take you 4 or 5 or even 6 good swings to actually kind of erase that bad swing from your muscle memory. Pete Cowan talks about it a lot. If you don't know who Pete Cowan is, there's a video on my channel all explaining. He's Rory McIlroy's new golf coach. And I've listened to him talk before about actually when you're on the golf course, you're only spending about 9 minutes of that 4-hour round actually swinging the golf club. And you know, how many of those golf shots are really good golf shots, really good golf swings? Probably, you know, not many for most of us. You know, even for a tour player, probably less than half of those are exactly what they wanted to do. That means you're actually reinforcing bad movements. So actually something like this to use on the golf course to reinforce good movement is actually going to benefit us a lot. And sometimes it's really hard to take away, you know, swing feelings from the range and actually to put them into the golf course. And something like this can really do a great job of bridging that gap, even if you're only using it for maybe 20 or 30% of your shots. So let's go ahead and hit this. So as I said, I've got a 4-iron, so a slightly longer iron. I'm gonna actually, it's a short par 4 here. I'm actually gonna be aiming this a little bit left. The whole fairway slopes from left to right. So ignore that. It will, well, hopefully it should be setting out a little bit further left. And I'm just going to be doing exactly what I was doing on the driving range, just getting that good feel, resisting the band, and then relaxing and then rotating. And I'm going to step into it with that feel and try and do the exact same thing. And that was pretty much perfect, actually. Really came through shallow there. If we look at, again, no real divot there. We can see the tee was actually here, no divot. Came through nice and shallow with that 4-iron, launched pretty high. Good looking shot, great strike right out of the middle of the club face. So it does show that actually this isn't necessarily a bad thing to use on the golf course, as you might first think. You might first think, you know, this has no place on the golf course. And for me, now what I do is I just take this off, put it in my pocket, and then all I simply do is walk up, play the rest of the hole, probably without this. probably trying to get that same feel I just got on that last shot, but without the training aid. It just helps occasionally reinforce it, but I can leave it on, I can wear it, it's not doing any harm there. And then if I do want to use a shot, I don't have to get it all out, attach it. I just take it out my pocket, attach it to whatever club I want to use, and go ahead and hit it. So the last place I would definitely look at using this is in the bunker. Now most of us, when we go in the bunker, it's a little bit of a love-hate thing. You can hit some great shots, but overall the strike is a bit inconsistent and not great. But one thing we do want to be in bunkers is shallow, and we want to really keep that face open. So that's why I would definitely 100% recommend trying this in bunker shots, both in practice and possibly on the course as well. And the same thing goes. I'm going to actually attach this again 2/3 down the shaft. This time I'm actually going to attach it so that it's at a right angle to when the face is slightly more open. This just means it'd just be easier to open the face. So if I'm set up to a bunker shot and I've got the face more open, then I want it to be at a right angle to wherever I want that face to be set up as I'm hitting a bunker shot. I definitely like to, you know, open the face when I'm hitting bunker shots. Obviously we do have a bit of green to work with here. So, and I would do a few rehearsals, again, just if you're practicing, obviously not in a competition, and just going through, keeping nice and shallow. Again, you want to work on the same field. As you take it back, really resisting, relaxing, rotating through, and just creating nice, really shallow, clean, well, basically divots in the bunker. So I'm just going to do one more rehearsal. I'm going to resist, relax, rotate, and come through nice and shallow. Let's see if we can get this one close. I would say that's pretty good. Personally, for myself, I would take that every single time on a bunker shot of this length. So guys, that is about it for my tips using the PlaneMate and for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, make sure to check out Tourstriker Golf, tourstrikergolf.com for one of these. You don't have to buy it, but if you go on there, check out the 7-day protocols, because they give you some really great drills that you can do even with or without this, and they talk you through exactly how you should be using this from the creators of it, golf coaches Martin Chuck and David Woods. Combined, they have like I think it's 75 years of experience between them, coaching tour players every level of the game, amateurs to the best, most elite players in the game. So I highly recommend checking that out, and check out them at Tourstriker Golf on Instagram as well. You can also check me out on Instagram, Mike's 3D Life. I've been posting some content featuring this with a few different shots, and we are doing a giveaway on my Instagram for them as well. So you could actually win one of these, and you know, wouldn't that be nice? So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you check out the PlaneMate and Tourstriker Golf. They do a bunch of other great products too. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, learned something. Check this product out, it's absolutely awesome. I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and as always guys, grip it and rip it.